Hey everyone, what's up? It's Belinda. Welcome back to my channel. Hi, how you doing? Happy Wednesday. Let's get into it. Right, so Creepshow Art. We're going to talk about Creepshow Art. I really wasn't sure if I was going to make another video on this, but now a lot more has come out. Loads of people are talking about the Creepshow Art situation, so I'm going to get into it. First of all, I didn't know Creepshow Art ever. I never interacted with her. I only knew her as a viewer of some of her videos, and that was it. Never spoke to her, nothing like that. But Creepshow Art, if you've not been following the situation, is or was a commentary YouTuber who has been dragged online and exposed recently because they went on an internet forum called Locale Farms. They left a lot of transphobic comments on there. They dragged all their friends on there, such as Ready to Glare, D'Angelo Wallace, and loads of other people. And now some of her friends are coming out, exposing her, talking about their experience with her, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to get into it a little bit while I look crazy trying to do my face. So recently a YouTuber called Emily Artful, who is like an art tuber, uploaded a 2-hour video on the whole Creepshow Art situations. Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I did watch all of it. And honestly, some of the stuff that came out in that video was awful. Some of it was just really, really hard to hear. And Emily has clearly been through a really, really difficult time with Shannon, Creepshow Art. So Emily, one of the things that stuck out in her video that had a lot of people kind of side-eyeing Shannon and really being angry at Shannon was the fact that Shannon had previously uploaded videos on a YouTube channel talking about her experience being homeless and how that had affected her and her boyfriend Andrew at the time, who was previously Emily Artful's boyfriend. So Andrew was Emily's ex. Then he got together with Shannon, Creepshow Art. They decided to go and live in a van together because they thought it would be better for their art. But the way that they've played this situation out online is that they were made homeless. So basically they were voluntarily homeless. They've made the whole situation sound like it wasn't by choice. So they've used being homeless to kind of get sympathy from people, I guess, from their viewers, their audience, their friends. You know, they've lied to everyone about that situation. And now a lot of their old friends are coming out making videos exposing them for these lies. In Emily's video, she also spoke about how Shannon would steal her ideas, her artwork, all this kind of stuff. It's really horrible stuff. But at first I never wanted to believe that Shannon would do something like posing as her own stalker. But now it's all come out that Shannon has done that, because people like Ready to Glare have come out and made videos. You watch their videos, they talk about experience of actually knowing Shannon in real life, being friends with Shannon in real life, and also how they traced the IP address that Shannon was using on Locale Farms back to Shannon's apartment. So now it's become very obvious that it was in fact Shannon posing as her own stalker on the Locale Farms. So it was also Shannon making all these horrible remarks about her friends and leaving all the transphobic remarks and everything like that on this Locale Farms forum. It's really shocking because clearly these people, Ready to Glare, Emily Artful, you know, all of her friends that she was involved with online, Repzilla, all of these people, Pastel Bell, all of these people that she was involved with online, they all trusted her. And now, of course, that trust will have been broken. And I think once you've done that with friends so publicly online as well, and you've been exposed in the way that Creepshow Art has, I don't think there's any coming back from this, none at all. So Creepshow Art also made up that she had a stalker. When she was somebody stalking Emily, she made up that she had a stalker called Amy who'd stalked her for sort of between 2 and 5 years. This story is insane. It's honestly, my heart goes out to Emily with this, because when you've got somebody who's trying to manipulate you like this, telling you they've got a stalker, and you're a person who's had that experience of being stalked like Emily had, you know, you're going to have sympathy for your friend. if you've been through that, you're going to have sympathy for your friends. So Emily will have had sympathy for Creepshow Art. And it sucks now that it's come out, that it's turned out that Creepshow has made all of this up and gone on these forums pretending to be her own stalker Amy. It's like, that is seriously disturbed kind of sociopathic behaviour. You know, who does that? What the fuck do you even get out of that? I don't understand. The situation with Emily Artful and Creepshow got so bad that Emily actually had to get a restraining order out on Shannon in the end. You know, there's so much more that I could talk about in this video because, like I said, Emily's video was 2 hours long. There was a lot in it. You know, I'm not going to get it all into this video, but I definitely recommend that you go and check out Emily Artful's video because there's some horrible stuff in there. You know, there's all this stuff about Creepshow and Andrew having like nude pictures of Emily Artful, uploading them to a photo bucket account and sharing them without, you know, Emily knowing anything about it. That's revenge porn. Like, what the fuck? That is revenge porn. Who is doing that to an ex of theirs or to someone that they called a friend? Creepshow, that is completely insane. I do not have words for that. You know, it's awful. And then, of course, Ready to Glare also came out and made a video. Now, Ready to Glare was also somebody who was close with Shannon, as in, like, they'd actually met Shannon in real life. You know, they thought they were friends with her. And then they got fucked over. So it's like, these people can't all be wrong. There's also somebody else who's come out now with a whole entire Twitter thread. It's huge. You know, I'm not going to put every single receipt in here because this thread is like 22 tweets long. But I'm going to read some of the tweets out because there was some important stuff in there. Honestly, like, for me, this whole situation with Creepshow, I don't feel like I'm the best person in the world to speak on it. But when you've got all these people coming out against Shannon and saying, oh, hey, this is my experience with Shannon, this is what I've been through with Shannon, or this is what I've been through with Shannon and Andrew, it's very, very worrying. It's scary. It's creepy as fuck. And honestly, I don't know how Shannon will ever be able to come back on the internet and be accepted by old friends again after all of this. Honestly, like, yeah, you know, mental health, I think, can be an explanation for someone's behaviour, but it can't be an excuse. So I'm just like gobsmacked at this point. After watching Emily, Ready to Glare, after seeing people's Twitter threads and all their receipts, I'm like, damn, how can you do this? Like, how do you ever think that you're going to do this behaviour and just get away with it and walk away like scot-free? So someone called Kevin Coulter made a 22 tweet thread talking about the Creepshow Art Emily Artful situation. He said, I never thought I'd find myself related to a situation like this, but I'm absolutely in the business of holding people accountable for their actions, so I'd like to share what I know about the situation between Creepshow Art and Emily Artful. Just to give a bit of a backstory here, Kevin met Shannon in freshman year of college in 2011. They shared an English class and worked on a group project together, but outside of that, didn't really have much contact. Kevin ended up leaving that college, going to another community college that was closer to his hometown. There, at the college that was closer to his hometown, he actually met someone who was his abuser. Because of that incident, Kevin ended up losing all of his friends, being separated from his support group, and then made friends with Shannon because he was kind of desperate to make new friends, as you would be if you were kind of on your own in a college, whatever, you know, and you didn't have any friends there. Then maybe he wanted to hang out with someone else outside of his college that he thought he could trust, be a friend to. Also, Kevin and Shannon both had shared interests, like the music that they were into. Shannon, I believe, was in a band at the time as well, or she was in Andrew's band. I think that was something that Emily Artful mentioned. But Kevin goes on to say that Shannon became concerning very, very quickly. Starting with Shannon introducing Kevin to Anthony's music, she told him that Andrew was her ex, they were still in a sexual relationship. The way he treated her seemed very unhealthy, and Kevin told her that as such, but Shannon was insistent that he was good for her. I think it's worth remembering at this point something that Emily Artful brought up, the thing about Andrew being obsessed with things like the Columbine High School massacre. I mean, you know, if you were introduced to someone's boyfriend and they were obsessed with that, you'd be a little bit concerned at least, right? I know I would. So Shannon shared a music video with Kevin that featured Emily Artful. Shannon told Kevin that Emily was Andrew's ex and that she was crazy, but Andrew only kept her around because she was a good singer. From there, Kevin's Twitter thread goes on to talk about how Shannon had plans to cyberstalk Emily, how she would harass Emily. So this is another kind of witness to what Emily Artful said. And this is also another person that knew them in real life. So at this point, it's like, Shannon, you are done, girl. There is really no coming back from this. Honestly, I'm like, these people who've met you in real life are saying this about you now. This goes beyond internet drama. So Kevin, the witness to this whole situation, then decides to distance himself from Shannon, leading him back to his abuser. But he said that is another story. Of course, that's his private business. We're not going to get into that. But he said one of his last interactions with Shannon was her proudly showing me that Emily had posted a video closing her YouTube channel because of the harassment that she'd received. So harassment at the hands of Shannon Creepshow Art. Pretty much everything in this Twitter thread from Kevin, who is one of the witnesses to this situation, does tie up with everything Emily Artful talked about in that 2-hour video. So I'm inclined to believe a lot of this. Imagine how fucked up you've got to be proud of harassing your boyfriend's ex off of the internet, off of YouTube. Imagine how proud you've got to be to have a go at that person over their sobriety, over their parenting. Like, what the fuck? Who even does this? This is horrible behaviour. I'm honestly gobsmacked. Shannon has really, really gone too fucking far with this whole situation. Kevin says he now feels really guilty that he didn't go to the police with this information at the time, that he didn't go and tell the police what Shannon was doing, Shannon and Andrew, what they were up to. And you would, you know, but honestly, this is just so dark, you know. And clearly here Kevin is saying, you know, I was going through my own stuff as well. Kevin had his own demons that he was wrestling with. So, you know, I understand why Kevin didn't go to the police. You know, yeah, of course it would have been great if he did, but I don't think that you can really kind of blame yourself. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, and, you know, that's what Kevin's got right now. He's looking back on this saying, oh shit, I should have done this about it. I should have gone to the police about it. He also mentioned that he actually started receiving cryptic messages from Shannon on social media around that time, and that caused him to actually block Shannon on social media. But despite being blocked, Shannon still found him on social media. So Kevin says he made it a habit to screenshot his actions because his abuser had recently begun to spread incredibly harmful rumours about him. So in the conversation here between Shannon and Kevin, it seems that Kevin is saying to Shannon, okay, well, I can see you've moved on now. You know, I can see your behaviour's changed. You've got a sizable social media following now. Then he goes on to share personal things about him and the person that was kind of stalking and abusing him at the time. So I'm not going to read all of that out, but he did say that he deleted his Facebook account. Then the last part of the conversation, Kevin's basically left it off by saying that he hopes Shannon does well. Kevin has also rebranded his social media, you know. So they were kind of trying to come to some kind of mutual agreement, it seems, about how they've both changed as people. However, he did bring up that he was still concerned about Shannon's cyberstalking behaviours, the treatment of Emily. Kevin was still concerned about that at that point in this conversation with Shannon. But Shannon's response to Kevin's concern over it was to brush it all off, not take any accountability, to just put it down to them being dumb kids at the time. Because of Kevin's concern about Shannon's behaviour, Shannon retaliated with, okay then, well, I'll block you from social media. Why do you block someone if you think you've done nothing wrong? You know, to me, that does sound very guilty. And Kevin also says that here. You know, if you think you're innocent in the situation and that your behaviour is not affecting anyone, you wouldn't have to try and hide yourself from them. So the upshot of Kevin's Twitter thread is basically that Shannon's behaviour never really changed from when they both met. So Shannon has still carried on being Shannon, being Creepshow Art, doing the things that they did, never taken accountability, just carried on regardless. As I said before, I do believe that mental health can be an explanation for someone's actions, but I don't believe that it can be an excuse. Honestly, at this point, now that we've seen Ready to Glare's video, we've seen Emily's video, and now also Kevin, this other witness, has come forward on Twitter with his explanation of everything that went on during that time. Shannon's fucked. Creepshow Art is fucked. There is no coming back from this. Like, you know, what would you have to do, you know, to be Creepshow Art right now? You'd have to come back under a completely different name, completely different identity. There's no way that Creepshow Art can get out of this one. None at all. You know, it's horrifying. Genuinely, it is terrifying behaviour. How somebody can think that any of this is okay is beyond me. It's clearly the actions of a very unwell person also. You know, I think this is clearly someone who needs treatment, who needs help for everything that they've done, and they haven't sought help. And that's fucking scary, you know, when it gets to that point, when someone can't take responsibility for their actions and their own mental health. That is extremely concerning, and honestly, I really wouldn't want to see Creepshow Art coming back on YouTube, coming back on the internet after all of this. No way, guys. One last thing before I go here. I'm going to mention another YouTuber who's in that kind of little commentary group called Tamimi. Now, Tamimi, you probably might know if you watch some of their videos, you know, some of that little group, Pastel Bell, Repzilla, all of them. You probably will know who Tamimi is. Tamimi is a content creator who actually was working on the Dovey Vanity case, made a lot of videos about it. You know, one thing that Tamimi did, which I think really crossed the line, was Tamimi, at the time of working on the Dovey Vanity case, making those videos, she went to Jeffree Star's friend Daniel, who was receiving treatment for stage 3 cancer at hospital at the time, and she messaged Daniel, she private messaged Daniel and pressed him for answers on the whole Dovey Vanity situation as to whether Jeffree Star had seen anything or not. Now, to me, this is crossing a line. You know, you do not go to somebody's friends and somebody's relatives in hospital asking them questions about this. You know, go to Jeffree Star himself. You know, you want to ask him a question, go to him himself. But don't go to his friends and family members asking questions like that. It's really not your place. You know, that is fucked up. So I'm sorry, Tamimi, but to me, you are fucked up for that. And the fact that Tamimi came on Twitter after that interaction with Daniel, complaining that they didn't get anything out of Daniel, I was like, what the fuck? How entitled has this person got to be to think that they're going to get information out of one of Jeffree Star's friends to make a fucking YouTube video? I'm like, damn, you know, that is crossing the line. No. You know, I would be livid. If that was my friends, I would be livid. Absolutely livid. So guys, with all that said, I'm going to say take care, stay safe, stay well. I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Sorry this video might have been a little bit all over the place, but I hope it's kind of explanatory enough. And I think we can all see now, we're all aware that it is indeed Creepshow Art and her boyfriend at the time, Andrew, husband now, who have been causing all of this mess with people. So we can all see it. Shannon's fucked. Creepshow is fucked, and I don't think she's ever going to get her channel back. Anyway, guys, love you. Bye bye.